It's Friday. Val is actually on vacation, getting an early start to her weekend, so good for her. I know, but we have a very special co-host. This is Laura Schwartz. Welcome her. Speaker, author, and former White House Director of Events for President Clinton. So some pretty good accolades there.
It's good to be here. I mean, I had to be here because who else uses the same hair product as Val?
Exactly.
So,
we have a strict policy. You can only co-host this show if your hair looks similar to Val.
Exactly. And here we are.
So you're good. Well, welcome aboard. You've been on our show before, so welcome back in the co-host chair.
Hey, it's always great to be here.
Yes, and we have a birthday boy today, Mr. Ro Khan. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Yep. I'm 23, and it's really been quite a day. So.
Yes, the online dating thing is going well.
Actually, well, not as well as you might think. Actually, it's a milestone birthday. It's very freaky to me. I'm turning 50 today.
Wow.
So.
You look great.
Well, my face is actually 6, but the rest of me is 44 years older than that. So.
It looks good.
Thank you.
Looks good. I want her number.
Yes, I've had everything redone.
Yes, hey, you know what they say? 50's the new, Well, I don't know what they say. What
in my case, 50 is pretty much the new 65. So
yeah.
You look great, Ro. Thanks for being here. And also joining us for Host Chat, she's the writer for Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update. Before that, she spent 6 years writing and performing here in Chicago at Second City. Take a look.
My cousin Bernice is the world's biggest Bears fan.
Yeah, dude, Brian Urlacher tased me. Yeah, I won it in a radio contest. That was the prize, to have him just tase the out of me. And I don't blink so good no more.
Please welcome comedian Katie Rich. How are you, Katie?
I'm great, how are you?
We're doing terrific. You know, Katie wrote one of my favorite shows of all time at Second City. I'm not just saying that because she's here, but South Side of Heaven.
Even if you are, that's fine.
South Side of Heaven, if anybody saw that show, she was the writer of that. That was a fantastic show.
We all wrote it.
We all wrote it.
The only
Collective,
one. Yeah.
right. And the comedic bug kind of bit you pretty early by seeing a show there, right?
Yeah, I was 13 and I went and saw a show at Second City that had like Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert, you know, people you would know. But at the time it was like, oh, I just looked at it and was like, I want to do this. I don't know what this is, but I want to do it.
And how old were you?
13.
13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Similar to your age.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good to make your lifelong decision at 13.
I know.
It's so nice that you went home and told your parents.
Oh, no, they still don't know.
Yes. So you're actually on hiatus right now from SNL. That has to be a dream, by the way, to work for that show. I know it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but it really is fantastic. It's everything you think it would be, but not as many drugs.
So how...
Well,
not
that's
as
debatable.
Many.
Yeah, I like that little quantification.
Yeah,
well, it must be tough for you to be home on hiatus when you see so much fun stuff happening in pop culture and the news. And just recently, in fact, last night, a lot of you saw this. Sister Christina won Italy's Voice.
Yes.
Let's take, I think we got some photos over there. Look at her go.
You know, her views on YouTube is like 50 million views when she did the blind audition. So this is her winning. If you have not heard Sister Christina sing, take a listen to this.
Better if she had a ruler in her hand while she was doing this. You know, an amazing voice. And you wonder, now, what's the next step in a career like that? Because, you know, is she going to go on tour? Is she going to go around the world? I think the guy that she was hugging at the beginning of that tape, that's like 4 sins right there.
Right.
Well, I don't know where she goes.
She has a twerking video out now. No, I'm kidding.
The letters from the Catholics. But she does have a recording contract.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like watching Sister Act, seeing her on stage.
Well, and also I feel like she knows someone. like she has connections.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
She kind of has an unfair advantage.
You got 66% of the vote.
Yeah, more people voted in that. Well, Italy, more people probably voted in that than voted in their elections, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows what's going on in Italy.
So would you guys have fun? You guys would obviously parody this if you were shooting right now. I know you're on hiatus.
Sure, we would. I'm sure we would. I love that in Italy, that's so Italian, isn't it? That a nun wins the voice. And then she said like the Lord's Prayer when she was done, where most people are like, yeah, and she was like, Our Father. Like that's so Italian to me, you know? It's like cool Pope, cool nun wins the voice.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, yeah. Their president used to be into porn, and he got to stay on for a few years. So yeah, it's an interesting country.
They have a president?
Prime Minister. Is it Prime Minister?
They don't know why.
Prime
They
Minister.
know what they have.
Berlusconi. Yeah. He had all the
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, so that's all over social media, of course. The other thing that's blowing up on social media is LeBron James. Last night, the Heat lost to the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and because of the heat, no pun intended, LeBron had to get carried off the court because he started cramping up. So now social media is having a blast with this. There's a meme out. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a graphic and everybody's tweeting. So this is one of them. Yeah. He cramped up. Yeah. And people are doing what's called LeBroning. Okay. Do you know what LeBroning is? This is what LeBroning is. You're posting pictures to your Twitter and your Facebook like this, like I did this morning. So.
We were carrying Ryan out of the meeting.
Yes, that's.
Or was that home last night? I can't remember.
I'm kind of getting used to that. I want to continue to do that.
You know, there's absolutely zero sympathy for this guy. Have you noticed that? It's sort of like, you know, he's taking his cramping to South Beach, and everybody wants him to lose except for the Miami fans, which you know I think there's like 14 of them.
At this
Well,
point.
there's more than that because it's like the millionaire men and then like there's stripper mistresses.
Right.
So like if there's 14, there's really 28 fans.
Excellent.
Because their mistresses have to also be Heat fans.
And their friends that they
And their friends.
and their Facebook friends.
Yes.
too.
Right.
Sorry for all the Heat fans out here.
We have some Bulls fans here, not Heat
Right?
fans.
Yeah.
Next year, right? Next year.
That's it.
Well, every morning in our meeting, Katie, we talk about what we want to discuss on the show and things like that, and we just see where it goes. So one of the things that Laura wanted to talk about this morning is a very serious topic. We got to take a moment here.
I'm very passionate about this, Ryan. Thanks for giving a moment to address this. Just last week, it was announced that there is a new addition to the Taco Bell menu called the Quesarito.
The Quesarito.
The Quesarito. Now, let me tell you what's in this Quesarito.
Okay.
It is a all-beef burrito, or you can use steak or chicken, your choice.
Okay.
With melted cheese. If you get it for breakfast, it's nacho cheese and eggs. It's rice. It's wrapped up into a quesadilla, deep fried, and topped with my favorite, low-fat sour cream.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So it's
And if you get
totally okay.
Yeah, and you get the Diet Coke and you're good.
Yeah.
Right?
It really, I mean, it's like a heart attack waiting to happen.
Right.
But it'll go quick. If people will buy it, it's like $2.
It'll go quick, for sure.
Yeah. You
I can't wait. It's not here yet, but it will be soon.
You might need a seatbelt for that one. Hey, Ro, Triple Crown possibility tomorrow.
Yes.
I know you're a big horse racing guy. You're going to be watching the Belmont Stakes.
Yes, I will.
Is this going to happen? We've been talking about a Triple Crown possibility happening many times.
Oh, yeah, since 1978, since affirmed. So this is a very good chance, I think. Now, remember, the one thing about this race that changes everything is that this race is 1/4 mile longer than any race these horses have ever run before. So that's why it's really hard to win the Triple Crown. There's been a number of horses that won both Kentucky Derby and Preakness, but never gotten this far. So we will see tomorrow. And the thing is that this horse was losing in the stretch at both of the previous races. Other horses were beating it down. So the question is, how much stamina will California Chrome have? Here's what I do for this race. Always bet the long shot. Put $2 on a 30-1, 41, 51 shot, because sometimes they come in, because these are horses that don't know any better.
Right.
And so they just keep running and running. The other horses are like all fancy, and they're like, oh, we got to slow up. Go, I think the race is over. Shouldn't I be done now?
Yeah.
And then these other horses are just like kind of going forever. So always put money on the long shot.
My favorite thing is I watched the Preakness with you and with Richard Roper at Richard's house, and they had
shopping.
They had stacks of. So hold on. Oh, I dropped that one right there. Okay. They had stacks of paper from all the losings basically. But you had every horse. I think you bet on every horse, and you
I
still
don't really
lost.
want to talk about this again.
Are you going to put money on the long shot, or are you going to put money on the favorite?
I'm going to work around. In the betting parlance, I'm going to work around the long shot. I'm going to trick him up into a bunch of bets, sort of like the Italian president. And then I'm going to, but I'm going to take a lot of long shots too. There's a lot of ways to play this if you're a bettor.
Yeah, this is very technical to me. I don't think I'll just go to like the Arcade Emporium and play like the game where you can get the horses to run.
Well, you know what? Just watch it because it's good because it will be history. I mean, it's not been in almost 40 years that we've had a winner. So
Yeah.
My dad does my betting for me.
And how does he do?
Well,
Really? Is he a book?
I'm here or not? No. He goes to the OTB, and he always I pick my horse, and he goes. So far I've won $9.
All right.
There you go.
So it's all on me today, guys.
Here's a betting man. Donald Trump is betting that Chicago people are going to eventually come around to the Trump sign that he's putting on the side of the Trump Tower. The letters are 20 feet tall.
Just stop right here. Just stop at Trump.
Yeah, just says Trump.
I think that looks better, actually, if you just said, what do we need the P for?
By a show of applause, who likes the Trump sign? What? We got Donald Trump's sister here. Who was that one person?
It was his wig.
Yeah, I don't know. Who hates it? I don't know. I thought the building is gorgeous. The building is beautiful,
It is
right?
gorgeous.
It's a nice addition to our skyline.
And in the sunlight, it is amazing how it reflects all the sunlight. Although, I mean, we are not virgins here in Chicago. We used to have Playboy's logo on the Palmolive building, right? So you'd be going down iconic Lakeshore Drive, and all of a sudden there's Playboy. It's not exactly like we haven't done this before.
Right.
And I think it's kind of tasteful, shockingly enough for him. So
You know, it's half of a football field long.
The
On the
sign?
side of that building, yes, all the letters are half football field long. I was taking a walk along Lakeshore Drive and Navy Pier the other day and looking down the Chicago River west. It is just gorgeous, gorgeous skylight. And then now it's like TR, now it's TRUM.
And you're in New York, so you see this a lot because Trump's got his name on he's got his name on his underwear in New York.
And our underwear, like the underwear you buy, like it just everything says Trump. Like that's the generic version. Like that's the brand that everyone buys in New York is Trump. But I don't know. It's sort of like he's marking his territory, right? Like just putting his name.
it would have been easier just to pee on the building.
Pee on it. There's no pee. Like put the pee up, you know, right?
He says that it'll eventually become like the Hollywood sign of New York. I mean, of Chicago.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
see, you're already confused. Yeah, hooray for Trump.
And it's going to light up
Chicago.
at night.
So, that's true, though. He actually did tell a writer at the Tribune, right? He goes, this is iconic, because the writer at the Tribune calls him and goes, you know what, I'm going to write a kind of a hit piece on this. We're not fans of it. And then he goes, let me tell you something. This is going to be the most important sign ever. You're going to feel like this is the Hollywood sign for Chicago. Like his name is bigger than the name Chicago. I mean, that's how this guy feels.
That's how he wants it to be.
Two things. One, you're hired for SNL. That was a really good impression.
I'm auditioning for
So you should, at your young age, you should definitely try. No, I mean it.
He's 23.
He's 23.
He's 23.
He's 23.
Yeah.
He's 23.
Hey, and Katie, I got to ask you about
Yeah.
the Women's Funny Festival that you're going to be taking part in. Tell us what this is this weekend.
It's a festival that it happens every year in Chicago, where there's stand-ups and sketch and improv, and it's all ladies. So you'll like that.
All right, you have to check that out. We have all the details on our website. But we're coming back with more Katie Rowe and Laura, all right? And then later, the legendary Marlo Thomas is here. Plus, Richard Roper is going to review Tom Cruise's new movie. We'll be right back.